The following podcast contains mature language and adult discussion.
You know, fans are going to desperately ask for the theme song we played last week, which was from the Tap Out the week before. That Filipino guys.
I was actually kind of upset that you didn't give me a heads up on that before.
Oh, last week it threw you? What's not coming this week? I'll give you a heads up.
That was horrifying. Talking about fucking getting kicked in the balls coming out of the chute.
Kliq This is where you are, the Kevin Nash podcast. He's Kevin, I'm Sean. We're a week into 24 now. You hopefully joined us last week for our New Year's show. If you didn't, it is available on your app or here on YouTube. Kev, are you traveling this weekend? I saw something pop up that...
No, I'm just traveling. It was a long story. Some guy tried to swindle some young kid a guy that owns a comic book store here in the area. And so he put the ad up. And then I saw the ad, and I contacted the guy, and I said, what's going on? Like, I'm not signed to do this. And he said, God, with the so-and-so. I said, nah, that guy's a shyster. So long story short, this guy, he's got 5 kids, and he was out and he said, man, this will crush my business. Is there anything you can do to help me out? And I'm like, yeah, I'll show up for a couple of hours, and hopefully it'll work out. But it's only like a 30-minute drive from my house.
Oh, so it's in Florida. Okay. I didn't see the location. I was thinking of you earlier because I saw that they are auctioning costumes, props, set pieces from Succession. There's a Succession auction, and I wondered what might be the most desired item. There's the most as far as bids go, the most expensive one I saw when I clicked in earlier today was the Logan's. I guess he had in one of the episodes on the bar on his desk, like a decanter, glasses, the ice bucket, like that whole tray, that whole serving tray for the alcohol in the Logan Roy study or wherever it was. I saw that was up to something like $6,000. Yeah, there it is. There, $6,750.
The thing that's nice about that is that entire setup will go inside of a lantern, so you can.
Oh, that could be for a smoking.
for smoking old-fashioned experience.
And if you're lucky, maybe you have a little of the Brian Cox DNA on it still. This was kind of pricey too. I saw all of the kid. What is it? Kendall's credit cards, driver's license. I'm trying to remember what scene those would have been relevant in the series. I don't remember a big credit card angle happening, but that's in the thousands too. I think. What was that for that? Steve, I didn't catch that. Yeah, $2,100 for fake ID and 3 fake credit cards. So keep your eye on that, Kev. I know you, as part of your resolution last week.
I was looking for one of the golf streams, but what the hell?
$700, I heard.
$8,000.
So I know as part of your resolution last week, you said maybe looking to spend some cash this year.
I didn't say waste.
These are a great investment. You know what a Logan Roy decanter set would go for in 45 years?
Phew.
Yeah, what was that? Scroll up. What was that? There's a Conrad mouse pad there. His face. Scroll up another, a little more. What is that? Right there. The Conrad Thompson mouse pad there on the bottom row in the circle. That's outrageous. I don't remember that episode. Oh, well, thank you for joining us for another Monday. If you're listening live,
What's the weather like in Jersey?
It's pretty cold, but I mean, we're not getting like teens, 20s. The other day I was in my car at about 7 a.m. and it was 30. That wasn't too fun. But, I mean, for the most part, we've had 40s, 50s.
See, I've always said that when people say, like, God, how can you live in Florida? It's so humid. I'm like, I can sit in a 150-degree car and wait for the air to kick on. I cannot sit in a freezing cold car and wait for it to get
heat.
warm.
Really?
Yeah, man, that's just.
But you did that your whole childhood, jumping into Bob's car, waiting to.
Yeah. Ugh. My dad was a warm-up guy, though. He'd go out and start the car up and then make his coffee and let the car warm. Back then people wouldn't take your shit.
Right. Wouldn't last a minute today. Nate Nizzle was listening or watching last week, and he said, I'm glad that Nash said what I said last week. It seems like Sean doesn't comprehend Nash's comparisons or references unless it has to do with an old movie or a singer from the 1980s. This is, of course, referencing my...
So if it was me, Booker, and Rod Stewart.
One of these things is not like the other. But you named 3 workers, and I didn't know it was just a physical. We're not going to go through this again. Nate?
No.
Nate.
Sorry.
You're absolutely right. Any brain teasers or comparisons or anything Kevin asked me to do, we're going to have to stay to old films or singers from the 1980s. Another RJ City episode. Rendered, I guess. Nash clearly doesn't respect Sean because he isn't one of the boys. Sean knows this and treats Nash like he would some Hollywood actor. If he gives Nash any pushback, it ends in Nash going full diva mode. He has to kiss his ass in order to keep the podcast on track.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the
the
analysis.
Who's this? Who's this fucking asshole?
Renderdy, it looks like. Renderde.
Anybody that fucking didn't change your name after being called Ren.
So
your best friend Stempy?
Kev, I don't think that the dynamic of the show would have been the same if you were on with one of the boys.
It would never work.
Because it would have been kind of cyclical. We would have been hearing the same stories.
You watch every fucking podcast. There's always, there's always somebody that has to be the straight guy.
Correct.
Somebody has to conduct the show. I would if there was 2 of us or 2 of me, fucking what? I mean.
Imagine you and Enzo Amore hosting a show. Holy Moses.
No, it wouldn't go nowhere.
Let's get a commercial in here somewhere.
But the thing is, too, is we don't have any notes. And I don't think people realize that. I don't have a note in front of me.
Well, I have show notes, but, I have questions to read and commercials.
Yeah,
and
I don't have
anything
and
whatnot.
I do, though, get occasional calls from the telemarketers. So,
how can your phone identify that, but like something at the fiber optic level doesn't identify it and just cut it so it never makes it to your phone?
So my wife was sitting next to me the other day, and these things go off all day long. But you're telling me you're a telemarketer, so I pick it up. I go, "Yeah, is there any fucking particular reason why you're messing with me at 8:22 at night, you motherfucker? And I've got it on speaker, and there's like nothing. And I said, "Are you there, asshole?" And it just goes to dial tone. And my wife went, because it says when it started off, it said this is being recorded. And she said, "You just like why? Like why did you pick up?" I said, "Cause," I said, like if nobody fucking says this sucks, then they'll just continually do it.
They'll think they're bulletproof. I usually just hang up, but sometimes I have fun. If I'm in the car and it's on speaker and like my kids are in the car,
Yeah.
I'll counter with a similar
I had a
accent.
guy
Say, yes,
that-
what are you selling? And one guy was trying to sell me some insulation for my air supply into the house, and I went, "Oh, I love it." So, here I am, the one. I sang, did the whole deal, stretched them out as long as I could, about 3 or 4 minutes. And
Yeah, I love Jerky Boys. Never hurt anybody.
Had a little fun.
Like, kill you.
NMLS number 65084, equal housing lender. Woo!
Tax season is here, which means you've received or are expecting that tax refund any day now, and you're thinking about what to spend it on. How about a new home? With SaveWithConrad.com, we're helping renters become homeowners every single day, and it's more affordable than you think. You don't need perfect credit. You don't need a huge down payment. In fact, you may not need a down payment at all. At SaveWithConrad.com, we take the stress out of the home buying process. We'll determine your buying power. We'll even help you find a realtor. And unlike the banks, we don't say no. We say not yet, but here's how. So if you're not ready right now, we'll get you on a plan to be ready. Stop throwing your money away, paying someone else's mortgage with your rent, and start the path towards owning your own home today at SaveWithConrad.com.
King of Kings, I agree 1,000% with Nair, saying Punk needs to get his test checked. It's going to help him out for longevity. What's this? All right, so we've covered health a lot here. We've gone over blood work. We've talked about your blood work, which every 7 days you have done. The deal with testosterone.
Mm-hmm.
There's a natural depletion, right, at a certain
Yes.
age. So it
It's
bell
like-
curves.
At about 30, it starts to really.
30.
Yeah.
Wow. See, I would have gone much. I would have put it like in the 50s or something.
Oh God, no. No.
So you mean to tell us our raging boners haven't been the same since we were in our 30s?
Do you remember fucking when you were like 11, 12, 13? I mean, fucking, you could drive a nail with that motherfucker.
So, all right. So test starts to deplete. Now, if you begin to take testosterone, do you do this in pill form, replacement? I don't know. I see it on TV.
Injections.
There's all these test
No,
pills.
if it's on TV, it's fucking garbage.
But now, aren't there a bunch of negative side effects to testosterone, like hair loss and
Yeah, if you
all
fucking
these-
if you take bodybuilding dosage.
Okay, so you're saying there is a small enough
I
dosage.
take 200 milligrams probably every 8 days. A professional bodybuilder will take 4,000 milligrams a week.
Now, where do you go for your? You have a
They-
doctor.
I go to a doctor,
Okay.
and I'll get like 3 months supply, needles, syringes, and then my wife injects me once a week.
Now, so what are the benefits?
Benefits? Well, so when a woman as a woman ages, she loses her estrogen
Mm-hmm.
and she goes into menopause. And when a man loses his testosterone, he goes into andropause. And I believe one of the biggest pro
Benefits.
testosterone things is that your prostate is a sex gland. So if you're producing a ton of estrogen, it's going to attack your prostate. Like my PSA is 0.7. I mean,
Assuming this doesn't mean public service announcement. Your PSA is your...
it's the marker that determines prostate health
Okay.
in your blood. So I think you have to start to worry when it's 4.0.
PSA. So would that be in my blood work here?
Yeah. If
PSA?
you, I don't know if you get.
I don't know if he was looking for that.
Well, it's exactly. That's why there's a difference between going and having your blood work and going for someplace that's doing longevity.
Exactly. So clearly they're not worried about my lung.
Yeah, he'd much rather stick a finger up your ass and check your prostate.
Right. Well, that's got to happen now, too. I'm 51. I'm told this has to happen now.
I don't have mine fucking done.
So how do you get it checked?
Fucking look at my PSA.
So if they can gauge by that, why are we going through this rigmarole of drinking that gimmick and then getting knocked out and the doctor crawls up your ass? Why don't we just check the PSA?
That's you're talking about. You're talking.
I'm talking about a colonoscopy.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with prostate.
I tell you what I did last time. I told him, send me the box. I'll shit in the box.
Cologuard, right?
Fuck yeah, I shit in the box. I said, you know what? I said, last time I was taking this fiber product and I went and fucking, they said, oh, you've got too much of this shit in your deal and we couldn't do it. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck this.
You couldn't have the colonoscopy because you had too much fiber?
I had too much. I was taking it was a Rich Pinata had this, God, I forget what it was called. It was like a
Rich Pinata, what a game show host name.
Rick Pinata, Pinata, whatever his name is. He was that 5% nutrition guy.
Oh. God, I don't wish I name like
and
this with Rich Pinata.
So I said, well, fuck that. So I just shit in the box.
But the problem with that is, of course, it's only like 80-something% effective, right? Accurate, I mean. So
yeah, but the chance of getting a perforated fucking colon is 0.
Oh yeah. All right. So So if you go on testosterone, you're not going into aminopause. What is it?
Andropause.
Andropause.
Also, like your heart's a muscle. You know, so if you watch I mean, the only things that you've got to watch for is you've got to watch for your lipids. You know, you got to watch for cholesterol and all that. It's like anything else. It's like if you feel better. Like there was a guy the other day that was on one of the things I was watching. He said, "Yeah," he said, "you got to watch out if you take testosterone replacement because." He said, A, you're going to feel a lot better. B, you're going to sleep deeper. And he named like 90, things that he had found. He was 41 years old. He goes, I can't believe I waited this long.
All right. But you lift weights, you not bodybuild, but you're very conscious. You're in the gym every day. You work out. So I guess testosterone accelerates muscle growth too, right? We're talking about as you get to a certain age.
And repair.
So if I'm not going to the gym, I'm not.
It's what makes you fucking use a urinal. Testosterone means you're a man.
Yeah, but
estrogen means you're a woman.
But I find it hard to believe that.
If you have low tests, you're fucking on your way. That's why all of a sudden you start to fucking
buy dresses and high heels and purses.
When you go to piss, you just kind of want to you start feeling the gravity turning you so you can sit down. I'm telling you right now, if you went and had your testosterone checked, I bet you it's fucking 190.
Out of a scale of what?
they would want it to be minimum of 400, and they could put you on a cream that you could put on on your rib cage. You wouldn't have to take a shot, and just there's you don't have to take an injection, but I'm just telling you, you would sleep better, you would lose instead of to me, what's the difference between taking a drug that's been testosterone has been around since World War II. The Germans.
Well, it's been in us forever, but you mean as a
I'm
supplement?
talking about is
Yeah.
and they started using it, doping the athletes and everything else in like the 30s. I think D-ball might have been the first testosterone replacement was Dianabol.
Dianabol.
So,
I know nothing about testosterone, what it does, or the numbers, but from my years hosting kayfabe commentary shows, I know every steroid or every testosterone illegally used, from Deca, which you mentioned, Dianabol. Now, they're the water-based ones and the oil-based ones too,
Right.
correct?
Right. Oil-based, like there's testosterone and cypionate is the closest to what your body produces. Testosterone and anthate is a longer ester, so the peaks between your injections are much, it's a little bit of a smoother. Some longevity doctors will give you that. There's also a propionate, which it's a little bit longer affecting. I think mine is 180 milligrams of cypionate and 20 propionate compound that I take.
You get a cocktail.
Yeah, so you get a little bit of an extra little stick on the ribs until your next shot gimmick.
Now, to Ren, if he's still listening, it was not an 80s singer or an old movie, but I did know the difference between the Deca and the Dianabol. So, I just have to point that out. So I can get a cream that I put on my ribs.
Yeah, I think that's what I've never
seeps into me.
I took steroids when I broke in. Like I took steroids for I think 26 months because I bodybuilded, and once I got done with bodybuilding, then I was just like, and I mean I put like fucking 30 pounds on in like a year, and I said, fuck, if I'm going to break in, and people that see me as a master blaster,
Mm-hmm.
I'm way bigger than I am as Diesel. So,
if I get that cream, it's going to be second in my daily application to my Mando cream, which I have a whole set here, Kevin. Our latest and newest friends. I want everyone here to pay attention to Mando, which is a men's deodorant system. I
have the Saddlewood one?
No, I have. I got Mount Fiji is my scent, and
that's the white. That's the white. It's white, right?
Yes. The my cream though, which I think you're referring to, mine is unscented. The cream, and then I have the wipes. Did you get the wipes too? Because you can freshen up a little. This isn't just for the pits. For anyone out there who wants to know,
it does wonders. I keep I've got the Saddlewood. It's in a brown. It's like a brown, and I keep that. Yeah, and I keep that in my glove box in my car because a lot of times when I get out of the gym, I'll go do shit, and all you need is if you wait 2 hours, maybe I'll go get something to eat, and then I'll go do something. And sometimes I'll stop by. I have a female chiropractor that works on me, so I definitely have to take a little. So now I have that cream. I can put a little shot under each pit, but I can also give the old underneath the taint.
Absolutely.
Give the landing strip.
I think the wipes are perfect for that. And even your feet. Guys, listen, Mando whole body deodorant It's like an ATV of deodorants. It covers everything. It goes everywhere. Your pits, package, feet, skin folds, your back, your behind your knees, anywhere body odor happens. Body odor happens all over your body. So why are you just hitting your pits every day with it, okay? Mando is powerful. It's clinically proven to control odor everywhere, but gentle enough for your sensitive bits. I'm serious about this. This is such an unoppressive scent. It's just a clean, fresh scent. It's not an overbearing cologne-like smell. And just knowing you're protected is great. I want you guys to try.
That smells great.
Yeah, this one. Yeah,
that smells great.
My Mount Fuji gimmick here. From your underarms to your underballs. Carry the wipes around. They're discreet enough. Throw in your bag, slip in your pocket. Go to the restroom if you need to. Special offer for our new customers here, as listeners of this show: $5 off the starter pack with our exclusive code and link. You're going to use the code KLIQ, K-L-I-Q, at ShopMando, M-A-N-D-O, ShopMando.com. I've been using it since I got it. I love it. This is my daily deodorant now. And another thing, too, I want to say, I get sensitive to these. A lot of these deodorants have a lot of, like, scents and fragrances in them, and they burn my skin. This is mild. I can use it every day without any irritation or anything. So this is my daily. And then this is the touch-up stuff. Bottom of your feet before you slip them in your sneakers. You kidding me? This should be standard fare for everybody out there. You got the whole body deodorant. Seriously safe to use this anywhere on your body. Pits, packages, belly buttons, butt cracks, the whole deal. It's created by a doctor who saw firsthand how normal body odor was being misdiagnosed and mistreated. Guys, this is different, okay? Mando is different. I want to try it. It's baking soda free and paraben free, okay? And it's pH balanced and safe for all use below the belt. How long does it control odor for? How long? 72 hours. I don't give it a chance to find out if that's true. I always apply every day. But if you forgot to, 72 hours, you would be clear. Guys, please go get the starter pack. It comes with the solid stick, the cream tube that I have here, and then 2 free products of your choice. You can get the deodorant wipes, which I highly recommend, or you can do a mini body wash. Oh, I have that too up in the shower, the body wash. So, guys, special offer for new customers, $5 off a Mando starter pack with the code KLIQ, K-L-I-Q, at shopmando.com. That's ShopMando. That equates to over 40% of your starter pack when you visit shopmando.com. Use the code KLIQ. So, glad to hear you've been using it as well, Kevin, and you're having a good experience.
I mean, I love when we get new products.
Yeah.
And like I said, like, I absolutely love when one of them's like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Like, I will, like my wife just ordered AG1.
That's right.
That
was one of
that was a product, and I use my Manscaped on a daily basis.
Absolutely, and a good tie-in here with Manscaped too, because you do that, and then you hit it with the Mando.
Especially once you get rid of your pit hair, the amount you have to the deodorant goes on much easier, much less.
Absolutely.
So.
Mr. Green was listening last week, Kevin. He said, even if I sometimes disagree with some of your political opinions, keep talking about the variety of topics you guys do. Your podcast, talk about whatever the hell you want, even if those who want wrestling only talk get butt hurt over it. Well, Mr. Green, we're not changing, so don't worry about that. Dave's channel wrote in and said, Sean loved the glasses. Big Kev, Happy New Year. Glad you're both talking about wrestling so much. Enjoy the podcast. Stay strong in 2024. Cats 362 said, you went from Jericho to politics. Shaking my head. If you're going to talk of a subject, at least say the whole facts of what Jericho said and drunk doing it. Jericho made himself look like an idiot again. I don't know, Katz, what you're trying to tell us to do. Thank you for the unsolicited advice.
I didn't realize that he was. I mean, I didn't see the actual breathalyzer that when Chris said that on a tweet.
I don't know if he said he was drunk or we're drunk for covering it after politics, or I didn't get it.
How about this? How about go fuck yourself?
There's always that.
There's always that.
There's always.
You know what? Shake your head. Fuck you. I'm shaking mine right now. Go.
That got
fuck
you the most
yourself.
hot. The shake my SMH.
Yeah, shake my head. LOL. Grow the fuck up, you fucking asshole. Shake my head. Fucking smack you in the fucking face hard. You just sit there. Yeah, shake your head now.
Well, friends of ours in
piece
the
of
live
shit.
audience are here again, Kevin, members of KliqThisTV.com. And you know what? I'm proud to announce we have new merch available. The new branding, the new logos, they're all out there. So, and there's also an NDA for life line.
Oh, see?
Scroll up there.
So that way there, then you don't even have to. You just, if you wear that, you're telling people.
Go to your AEW shows with your NDA for life line there. And I like the Kliq This TV ones too. At the top there. So if you're a member of Kliq This TV, grab a shirt for God's sakes there. The beanie too. I think I'll probably grab the beanie first. Go down there, Steve, to the bottom. We have the Kliq This beanie right there. I remember actually when I was when we were starting the show and we were getting all this stuff together, I went over a list of merch with T. And the one thing that I was missing that he said that we had to put on were beanies. I guess he wore them.
T was a king of beanies.
Yeah.
You always had a beanie. If it'd be 90 degrees, T'd have a beanie on.
So those are magnets, I think, right? Or stickers? Are they the magnets or the stickers, Steve? So we have...
Those are actually urethra covers.
To cover the tip.
Shaking my head. LOL.
So guys, go check out some of this merch. There's a link below us there somewhere, for God's sakes.
I'd like to know who started that shit.
LOL and SMH.
All of it.
Because
sometimes it's like fucking like 35 letters. It's just like, really? Like, am I supposed to, like, what? When is it like, I guess if you have TikTok, maybe you use
No,
that
this was
shit.
an early texting thing, right? The LOL, so you didn't have to type ha ha ha, and then
But how many
FL.
times in your fucking life do you really laugh out loud?
Don't.
No.
Hardly ever.
No, especially something you read. It's like, come on. I'm laughing out loud. That's like this fucking fucking Apple, fucking that motherfucking iPhone.
You sent hard on for that iPhone. Go ahead. What is it?
Happy New Year.
Oh,
Loved. Happy New Year. What's it?
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about the fireworks.
No, the
that come
fucking
out.
it's loved or
The heart,
liked
yeah.
or I don't give a fuck. Don't think that I'm not playing tennis with you. I'm not volleying back and forth. I have an Android. It's a superior fucking machine. It's got a better fucking camera. More people use that on Earth than anywhere else. You fucking bunch of cocksuckers that fucking loved that. You're a fucking you're a cock slave. Loved cock slave.
I don't bother with the little. I guess that's a big thing now, to hit the little symbol. I am guilty of the LOL and the worker thing, because I'm not a worker, because somebody pointed that out earlier. And I can't be respected for not being a worker.
Yeah.
I kind of fell into the worker thing a little bit, typing pop instead of LOL when somebody says something, it's funny. I type
pop. Pop's not LOL. That a pop is like, oh, fuck, that pop. Austin and I will pop each other. We'll put pop. Huge pop.
Right.
That's not LOL.
Did you pop when The Rock came out at Raw Monday night? 'Cause I know the audience in San Diego did.
Well, see, I didn't watch it till like a couple days later, so I knew it was coming.
Right.
So,
anyone, if you're living under a rock, and listening to this, not The Rock, but A-Rock, you already know that The Rock came out after they teased a returning champion, and the audience was treated to Jinder Mahal for what had to be 15 minutes solo on the mic before.
Wasn't that long. I think that his pacing maybe made it seem
Pacing made it feel about 15 minutes, right?
But he did. I will say this: it was a very well tailored suit.
You know what? It was well done to his fit. Clearly, he's going to a made to measure. So we've got to talk about this because, as with anything, I have questions. First of all, people kind of knew in advance The Rock might be there, right? Those were the rumblings. He was in town, so I'd heard a couple of weeks ago about.
It was San Diego, right?
Talk about this, yeah.
And Dwayne's got a crib out in L.A. still.
Yeah, but he was there for some for an event, a college football thing. Something was going on. Anyway,
Yeah, he did. Didn't he do with the NFL? Didn't he come out and give Johnson a hug because he was going into the ring of?
Came out, gave a Johnson a hug. I mean, come on.
Yeah, because Jimmy was going in the.
It was
Cowboy,
the ring. The Ring of Honor.
He was like the 19th. I didn't realize it was that few.
No, well, and they held out a long time, and Jimmy, I've watched interviews with him who said that
Dwayne had played for Jimmy in college, so Dwayne wanted to come out and say hey. And
he was a Hurricane. That's right. Okay.
Yeah,
right.
So that's why that was the correlation.
So, all right. So the audience kind of knows he's coming. Still huge pop. You got to expect that. You know what I noticed? It's funny when Jinder was they were in a close up in his promo, and you could see the people behind him. At one point, they all begin to turn towards the ramp and take their cameras out. Now, the music hadn't hit. He obviously wasn't out yet, but something triggered their attention, and it was only.
I think we were talking about it. It just two handheld guys moving from
running up the ramp, right? Yeah.
They're not even running. Just the fact, because if anybody that's seen those guys with the handheld, where they go, the handheld goes in front of them, so they could walk up. But the fact that they're, it's like Gears of War. They got that big fucking camera in front of them.
Right.
So,
I got real Attitude Era vibes watching that.
I got a kind of a. It almost felt like it was photoshopped. Like I got a weird vibe from that whole segment until Dwayne got out there and just cut the. Sometimes I eat at the bar. Everybody likes to eat at the bar. I'd much rather eat at the table. Maybe the head of the table.
Right. But so you're saying before that you felt that it didn't fit?
I don't.
The current product?
No, I don't know. It just felt like fucking Jinder was fodder. It wasn't like
he was, right.
I mean, it was just, and I mean, it was because there was a shot that when they said, ex-champion, and everybody popped, they stood up, and then the truck took a shot of this really, really tall black dude standing next to this white dude. And they said who it was, the black dude, because he was so much taller than the rest of the crowd. He's like here, and you can just see him go like. I think he was actually fucking SMH.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
He texted that to his friends the minute it happened. But that was the ideal thing. It was a tease, and then the forced disappointment. But what I mean is, so. Asshole, douchebag, which is now a chant, which will follow him, the day one douchebag, right? This was had we had any segment in the last few years with that much glorious profanity? From The Rock, no less. How's he going to run for office now?
I mean, I think at the same time, though, that you have in today's society, you get anybody that comes out there that's not white Anglo-Saxon American that speaks anything but the Queen's English. You know, unless they would have if Rock would have came out and said, I'm actually a Republican and I was going to fucking drop the smackdown on you, but I got a little something for you. And he would have sat back in the corner and there would have been a fucking drone strike right there on Jinder. Then we would see he's looking.
He's shaking his head right there. He's in the middle
drone strike. He is shaking his head.
Seeing The Rock on the mic, listening to The Rock on the mic, the ease and comfort with which he cut that promo, totally natural. Of course, a product of his day when things weren't scripted, and do you think they would give The Rock a script to stick to? Of course, he had to hit those lines, right? He had to hit that thing at the end. Go to the bar, eat at the head of the table.
But that was agreed upon. I thought Jinder did a good job. Jinder didn't balk. Jinder has been in that position, and Jinder hasn't been on TV in how many years?
Yeah, I was impressed with just he took his time, he's comfortable on the mic. Now, of course, he had the one in his pocket, so I guess you can do that, Rush. But yeah, it was a pleasure to watch. I thought it was a good segment for him.
For Dwayne.
For Dwayne, yeah.
I thought it was a good segment for the show.
Yeah, tough to follow though, man. When you open that hot, and there wasn't going to be any Punk, and tough to build a show after that.
I've noticed a lot now that Cody's not coming out in the whole outfit anymore. He comes out kind of in I guess he wasn't selling any T-shirts. He said, "Fuck, I better wear a T-shirt out to the ring every once in a while so they fucking,
keep the merch train rolling." Yeah.
Fuck yeah. That's a smart boy. That's like, what's my shirt sells?
I want to...
shaking my head.
SMH. So now they have to do Roman and Rock, right? At WrestleMania. You can't tease that and then not have it, right?
Unless Roman fucking does the complete heel thing and tells him, you get in line.
Yeah, but they can't do that to the audience, can they? After putting it out there like that?
He said maybe I'll sit at the end of the table.
The head of the table.
Head of the table. Didn't say that fucking Roman was going to fucking get up and play musical chairs and fucking let him sit down.
Everyone knew what it meant.
What if he cut a part-time? He's like, fuck you, you part-time motherfucker. I don't give a fuck if we're related, not related. And then fucking Rock came back and say, shit, I only worked 3 less matches than you last year.
No, Cody had the record, didn't he?
Cody, Iron Man, 111 matches.
That was April for you. That was Jesus. January, February,
so
March,
I'm thinking,
and April.
Man, what the fuck were we? We were, you know what we were? We were motherfucking 40 acres and a mule. That's what we were.
They were supposed to meet at 39, right? That was the plan. And there were apparently, what I read, no plans for this WrestleMania to have that. But even if this was a last-minute thing to get Rock out there, they can switch it up. What am I looking at here? I'm looking at...
They got Rumble.
Yeah,
Rumble always...
Chamber. Oh, so you think they'll... I don't think they'll meet before WrestleMania.
No, I'm just saying the Rumble winner goes to WrestleMania in the main event. So
yeah, right. But I mean, but they would meet for the first time at WrestleMania.
Yeah, so I'm saying that If I had to bet, I'd say Randy Orton wins the Rumble.
Okay.
That would be my bet. Elimination Chamber. I mean, it being in Perth, I mean, I'm sure that they'll have some local Australian guy go over. I don't know. So it doesn't look like McIntyre is going to be in the mix.
No, that ended Monday night.
Yeah,
I think.
that pretty much took him out of that. But unless fucking now unless he goes over in the Rumble.
Yeah, but anticlimactic after a televised loss on Raw. Clean.
Yeah, but I mean, if that was the case, then Cody would be dead.
Well, where does this put Punk now? Because if Punk's in it, so he'll be in the Rumble and eliminated? Or part of some kind of...
Maybe he goes over and... The Elimination Chamber, that doesn't qualify you for anything, does it? That's just whoever wins the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, but...
I mean, that's not a fucking get-out-of-jail-free card, is it? Dom,
unless they change it.
They can make it. They can make it. Yeah. So that'd be the perfect time to cash in Money in the Bank. Would be after a grueling bloodbath elimination chamber.
You know, I think was great. I think in WWE Creative, they've been listening to the show and our dialogue about Punk's happy to be home and gland handing, and then they sent out a profanity laden Rock promo this week to balance the show. I think it was an answer to our commentary on Punk's. So I think we had the Drew question answered. We brought that up a few weeks ago. You know, too many top guys, and I mean, Cody. Is he staying with? Is there going to be more Green Mist? Perhaps is he staying with him? Or
I don't think so. I think that's his, conduit until he gets closer to a shot at Mania.
Yeah, I don't know.
Bottom line is, there's 4 spots. I don't see them. I don't see them taking the belt off of Seth, and I don't see them taking the belt off of Roman. And I really don't. You think that they want Roman to pass the Hogan streak?
Yeah, it's getting close. So,
I mean, there's no upside in having Dwayne go over.
No, you can't. Yeah, not for the belt, but to sell the WrestleMania.
I mean, but I think Dwayne would do the job.
Yeah, of course. Be great
much like Hogan,
one day shy.
much like Hogan did for Dwayne in Toronto.
Right, 17. Right.
Yeah, give him that monster fucking rub.
Or 18.
Did you see that? I saw a thought. I think it might have been on Instagram. It had like all the milestones of like that WWE had last year in 23, like the most revenue, the most this. It was like fucking 6 different things that they had, crushed numbers.
I didn't see it, but
yeah,
I do know we keep hearing the revenue with the Garden. We were talking about the MSG number and. So WrestleMania is currently, I'm getting in my reports, practically sold out. Yeah. Okay. So
what my question is,
do you waste that match on an event that's sold out already?
Well, at the same time though, what do they do now as far as, because I'm not privy because I don't buy pay-per-views, But are they back to doing pay-per-view numbers?
No, they're on. It's on Peacock, so it's part of your subscription. So you get them on Peacock. So they.
But there's I have Peacock. I'm just saying, there's no way if I didn't have Peacock, there's no way that I could buy WrestleMania. There's not.
No, not through legal means.
It would just I'd pay for the Peacock subscription and get Mania for free.
Yes.
See, I've always thought that was so stupid.
Oh wait, I'm seeing DirecTV. You can pay a separate charge at DirecTV if you have satellite for $75, which is pretty.
All right, so I don't know how many what the direct world is, but if you don't have Peacock, and I mean, if you do 2 million fucking buys, it's $75. That would definitely would push having that match.
Yeah. Okay. So we shall see. You know, we touched.
Oh, it's a money thing.
It's a profit thing. Someone's got
Bashid Berlin. That's Gunther's hometown, isn't it? Isn't he? Is he labeled from there? Is he actually
what month is that? That's going to be June in Germany. Yeah, June. No, August. Totally wrong. Knew it was summer. You know, we had on a very different topic. We covered the we were joking about the NDAs because we covered the exchange on Twitter between Jericho and the attorney. And then all this the wrestling media exclusively, I think. I don't think this is on ESPN or anything. The wrestling media has seen fit to use the word allegations with a lot of innuendo that people have been saying about Chris. And this is such a dangerous thing. If there's any veracity to it, I mean, there are channels that can be taken by women, but there has not been, that I've seen, an accusation. So using the word accusations in the headlines are strange. There was one guy on a podcast that went over the line and started invoking Harvey Weinstein references. And nobody has lodged a complaint or anything. So the responsibility, the irresponsibility of the wrestling media, I think, rears its ugly head again. Desperate for a story, and kind of throw Chris into the lion's den, no pun intended.
I won't even. I wish we would not even talk about it.
Well, I wanted to say something in support until or unless there's.
Well, I would say let's report something when we have something to report.
And that's what I'm saying. And I do wish our compatriots in the wrestling media would do the same thing.
I just think it's bull.
Because he's got a kid and
he's got a wife. He's got two. It's just. Yeah, when I'm just not. I'm not going to talk about it.
And though the big news, forget about that, is that we are in the last week of the King of the Mountain tournament for DraftKings. I know you'll talk about that because we're 2 games out of first. And we're picking 3 this week. We'll let everybody know what they are right now. Because if you're listening to this Monday, you know whether we're celebrating or not. Detroit giving 3.5. We're taking Tampa giving 4.5. And I think Seattle giving 2.5 under a field goal is a bargain. So we've got 3 favorites this week. And that's it, to deliver us to glory. God,
I was so close on that. I took Florida State in the points. So close. Yeah,
we can't do the points for our friends in the at the DraftKings tournament. You can log on to DraftKings, though, and take teams and points and parlay your little ass off. We're talking about DraftKings, everybody. It's an official sports betting partner of the NFL playoffs, bringing you an offer that'll help make the playoffs electrifying. New customers bet $5 on any game and get $200 instantly in bonus bets. If you've been holding out, just listening to us talk about DraftKings all this time, and you're looking to jump in, this would be the time to do it. Playoff season. $5 on any game if you're a new customer, and you get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Best way to do this, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use the code TKNP. That stands for the Kevin Nash Podcast. And you'll have that offer. You'll bet $5 and you'll get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Just bet the $5. You don't even have to win. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with the code TKNP. The crown is yours. This time next week, we may be telling you that the crown is ours for the king of the... Can we see the standings one time real quick here from our friends at DraftKings and their King of the Hill competition? We've been playing against, if you're just joining us, all the other shows on the network here, and we are, I think we're in third, fourth, 2 games out. So we need some exciting things to happen. So there we are. We're Extreme Life, 29-24-1. Putting on Airs, 28-24-2. Tied with Grilling JR. So we are in third at 27-23-4. 4 ties. My World with Jeff had 4 ties also. So, guys, go download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and play along with us. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for your problem. Also, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resorts in Kansas. 21 plus. Age varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. See dkng.com/football for eligibility and deposit restrictions, terms, and responsible gaming resources. Thank you, DraftKings. Okay, we have to really come from behind here. This is going to be quite the
Yeah,
effort.
because if we don't, they'll lose.
So there's a fortune on the line.
We'll lose all that. We won't get the succession.
You don't get the succession auction money.
We don't get the bourbon set up.
MJF sent out, I guess he wrote an article on the Players Tribune website, a manifesto of sorts, very long. Very long.
I thought it was from the Unabomber.
Yeah, you only needed the pasted letters on the. That'd be a lot of letters to go that long. I just wasn't sure. I mean, I agreed, I guess, with most of it. To put Tony Khan over for giving him a chance, and the guys that started, and Cody, and I just didn't know who it was for. Who's, that's kind of acting 101 when you do the monologue. Who are you talking to? So who was he talking to? Just the fans in general, or was it just a kind of an explosion of self-absorbed emission of vomit onto the internet? His innermost passionate feelings, his profanity laden for emphasis. I effing believe this.
I don't know. To me, it's
and he's tired. I know that he's tired.
Well, we're all tired. But if I'm 27 or 8 years old and I'm sitting in a 5-star hotel eating pain pills, what do you want me to do? Feel sorry for you?
Just telling you what he finished with. Very, very, very tired.
SMH.
Right. So there was that this week.
And he lost. Samoa Joe beat him.
Yes. So where's he going? Is he leaving? Did he sign a deal? What was this all about?
Alfie. I don't. Cody isn't signed, right? Didn't. Yeah, Steve said Cody hasn't signed. Maybe they're going to start a third promotion.
Could happen. So Cody, when would Cody need to?
TNA's back. I
when
saw
is he
that.
done?
TNA's fucking back.
The old branding.
Yeah. I saw Gail Kim today on Instagram. She had a TNA shirt on the back. It says "We're F," and then there was a couple
Little asterisk.
but it meant fucking. We're fucking back.
Oh yeah. They mean
So-
business. You said Gail Kim. I thought for a second you said I thought Kim Davis, the woman issuing marriage licenses or not issuing marriage licenses in Kentucky.
Oh,
Who's going?
she got the Rudy Giuliani award this week for the most fucking money that she got a settlement on that she won't be able to fucking pay.
Right. Was it $360,000
$360,000
in damages to the couples that she denied marriage license to?
How'd that work out for you there, pumpkin? You fat tub of shit.
Well, in her mind, the Lord is probably pleased with the work
Well,
she did.
I hope
that
when she walks in with that Lord National Bank signed by the Lord cashiers for $360.
the Jesus cashier, the Bank of Jesus cashier's check.
When she walks in with that, then if not, maybe just do your job, and if not, fucking quit. Take a hike, and you can go with the couple that won't make the gay couple's fucking
Cake.
wedding cakes.
Right.
Go with the rest of the fucking nuts.
The list that we keep hearing about, it's a series of redacted names from the court documents that it was actually just a published news item 10 minutes before we went on the air tonight.
Yeah, I just was amazed that it was such a small list of what they've come out with. But Robert Kennedy Jr.
Right.
Steve, when did Robert Kennedy Jr. die? What year was that? Can you find that for us? I mean, when it said Thurston Howell, of course he's been on the island. I mean, he's, with Lovey, the professor.
So what were the only confirmed names?
John Glenn.
Yeah, where is this?
He was on it. Clinton.
Right. The Clinton, Trump. We
Donald
knew that
Trump.
That would be on there because they had
the
business associations.
The sleeper Chris Tucker.
Who
Kevin Hart had earlier in the day made some accusations on.
Right.
And you'll have to look into that yourself because we're not going to be a part of any frivolous lawsuits.
So did you say RFK Jr. or JFK Jr.?
JFK Jr., I mean.
Okay.
Wasn't it Jay? Who is it? Or was it Robert?
Because RFK's obviously still around. You did a spellbinding impersonation of his voice several weeks ago. But what was the name on it?
It's RFK. So RFK
it's
was
RFK.
Down there.
Okay, so
barefoot,
right,
doing inclines at Gold's Gym, Venice.
I mean, again, unless there are charges here, this is like he had this thing too. With we're going to see that.
I didn't see Jimmy Kimmel's name on there. I guess Aaron Rodgers fucking was wrong on that one.
What the hell is wrong with people? Just like what? They get their information. Like, of course, someone circulates a list. I saw a list you sent me.
Oh, I sent you a great list.
And I look at it. I'm going, what do I see? I didn't see Trump's name.
No, there wasn't a Republican on
all
the list.
Democrats or actors like Alec Baldwin that had been vocal. And I'm like, okay, it doesn't take a genius to figure out who's put this out as a real list. But this harkens back to what we talked about before with people being irresponsible with Jericho's name. And
can somebody pull up the violinist as
it's Doc Perlman, the greatest.
Is he the guy that was playing? Oh, okay. Yeah,
someone had to play romantic music.
It doesn't look like he'd have a hard time getting any action.
And didn't he not paying for it category?
Fucking Wally Cox.
Kevin, it's time for the tap out. Everyone's new favorite segment, the tap out.
Jesus. I tapped out. I'm tapping out from the start of the last show.
Still tapping.
That's what happened. Everybody's trying to get on it, and the fucking audio was fucked up last week.
Yeah.
For like 19 hours. That's what it was.
The song, which I don't even remember.
Yeah, that
the name
motherfucker.
Of the song.
Just. Yoko Ono fucking sent me a text. She goes, "Never play that motherfucker's music again."
That was actually that was 2 weeks ago. Last week's was the
No, you opened with that.
Oh, I did. I did put it. I wanted it to be part of the theme song. I wanted to see if we could change things up a little. And I thought people would like that.
So somebody said they fucking turned the show off after they heard
his name was Kevin Nash.
Rip-off of the Rolling Stones that we used.
That's an original track written by Dale Oliver of TNA fame.
Yes. And they're just like,
I'll bring Kimberly back. They're asking for Episcopos Kimberly. I'll bring Kimberly back. But this tap out, of course, brought to us by Blue Chew. This is, I think, we have a real symbiosis with our advertisers. You realize that, right? After you manscape, you hit it with the Mando, take your Blue Chew, and then you're ready to rock and roll. What am I talking about? You should know already if you listen to the show. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, Levitra in chewable tablets, a fraction of the cost. You just pop it, chew it, take it anytime, day or night. Plan ahead, just be ready. If something's going to go down, you got to be ready. Process is simple. We want you to go to BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. Best part, all done online, so no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting at the pharmacy. This is the 2.0 way to do this, or the 3.0 way to do this, guys. All done online, and their tablets are made in the USA, prepared and shipped directly to your door in discreet packaging. It works. We've had testimonials from our from Kevin, from our listeners. Had somebody 3 minutes of ecstasy from that listeners.
Yes, that's our record. He his wife had a 3-minute orgasm.
And Blue Chew wants you to have similar
He's
results.
just pissed off. He was in Nebraska, but anyway.
Right. And she was in... Try Blue Chew for free, okay? Use our promo code NASH, N-A-S-H, at checkout. Just pay $5 for shipping. That's BlueChew.com. Promo code NASH. Receive your first month free. Guys, try it. You got nothing to lose. Get a handful of pills and give it a shot, okay? BlueChew.com is where you're going to go for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring our segments every week. So here is the tap out. Kev, all I have to say is it's time to taste the biscuit.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce. Don't get that honey sauce on me. I don't like the way it tastes with my chicken wings. Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the butter spread. Taste
All right.
the goodness
I was gonna
of
say, you're lasting a
biscuit
lot
with the
We're
butter
done.
spread.
So is this for anyone who's not watching? This is a mature couple, let's say, the gentleman who looks like he could either be a wholesale butcher, lumberjack, or keyboardist, tickling the ivory,
or somebody that just
or Dutch
enjoys
Mantel.
just somebody that enjoys to taste the taste of a good biscuit.
So do you think this is all sexual innuendo? Is this her love talk for her man there?
I think the thing that kept me glued as long as I was I was trying to come up with where she came up with the orange red combo
With
the-
animal print.
Yeah. I mean, it's just. And his keyboard, this one-handed wonder here on the keyboard, just
Tasting the biscuit. Well, you lasted a long time. Certainly longer than
well, I was
last week.
getting kind of a Steely Dan vibe.
Oh,
I heard it. I heard
Donald
it.
Fagen would shoot you for that.
I heard it great. Do you know who in college? It was who was the other guy besides Fagen?
Walter.
Yeah.
Oh, why can't I think of his last name? Walter.
And you know who the third member of the band was in college?
No.
Chevy Chase.
Is that true?
True.
I see. I would have guessed Larry Zbyszko,
No, Chevy Chase.
but it was Chevy Chase. That's amazing. Wow. So 37 seconds to that tap tape. I have a feeling, because that's so catchy, we haven't heard the last of Taste the Biscuit on this show.
I think we should open the show with that motherfucker.
We'll see. We'll see. We're gonna.
I think that the actual it kind of had kind of a jazzy vibe to it. I just think she needs to work on the lyrics.
the lyrics. There's a little
If she says-
presentation work that has to be done.
If she
Kevin.
was
We don't wanna be
pointing
cruel.
and going, "Taste this biscuit," and
Right.
then don't be throwing wings and shit in it. Just say,
the honey sauce. Like I thought that's where they were going.
yeah.
But then there was chicken
Looks
wings.
looks like a moth landed on a pound of hamburger. Taste the biscuit.
She pulls up the dress, shows the kitten with its throat cut, and it's all done.
Oh,
Dear Sexy has returned this week. Kevin, we're gonna give your stellar record at Florida Man and Jersey Guy a little rest here because people love Dear Sexy. Actual letters to Dear Abby if Kevin Nash were tapped to give advice. These are from the archives, the newspaper archives of the Dear Abby column. Dear Sexy, 2 years ago, a couple built a home on the lot next to ours. From the time they moved in, we've been concerned about their 11-year-old son's antisocial behavior. It began with him trying to coax our dog into his yard when we were trying to call her in. Then he started coming into our yard, playing roughly with our 3 small children and using vulgar language around our 8-year-old daughter. I called his mother, and she told me her son would, quote, never behave that way. Sexy, this boy is creepy. I don't trust him. He stands in his yard staring at us whenever we are outside. I'm worried his behavior will get worse. Other neighbors have seen him abuse his dog and other animals. His parents never watch him. What do we do? I'm worried about my children's safety. That's from Afraid in Wisconsin.
I would call DVAC. I'd
Who?
have some kind of.
What's DVAC?
I mean,
Is that like a child services?
yeah. It's called
You wouldn't.
I would definitely. I mean, you could. I mean,
You would
could
knock
call-
on the neighbor's door first. I know you would.
Well, they're talking. But yeah, but that doesn't work if you're not me.
Right. So okay. So for this individual, they
I'd
should just
I'd
get the
grab the-
authorities
I'd-
involved.
I'd grab the little fucker by the throat.
Just put him through a fence.
Yeah.
But
Well, what I'd do is I'd get a German Shepherd guard dog. You get a German Shepherd, have a guard dog trained, then train it to protect the kids. And he
right.
comes over and you just tell the parents next door,
broke onto my property.
We don't want your kid on our property.
What's left of
And
him after the dog gets
put the warning signs, and if the kid gets mauled, well,
right.
one less episode of Dateline 9 years from now.
Very good. Second letter, Dear Sexy. I love my husband, but how do you make a man stop embarrassing you in public? My husband flirts openly with cashiers right in front of me and asks complete strangers walking by if they would like to, quote, buy a wife, cheap. Yesterday we went out to lunch and the bill was $18.42. He made a big fuss about it with the cashier, then loudly informed me it was my fat ass meal that cost so much. Sexy, my meal was $6. I died a million deaths that day. This would be adjusted for inflation for the story. My husband is proud to have the nickname Mr. Rude, and I'm assuming this isn't Rick. Many of my friends avoid him because of his rudeness. He tells me people think it's funny, but I know they are offended. This is from Not Laughing in Cincinnati. What should she do?
If he's got cash, I'd be taking half of it.
I mean, the meal was $18. I don't know that.
He's not going to change. This is who this guy is. So you either have to A, smother him, poison him,
Right,
or divorce him.
right. Yeah, that kind of there's nothing she can really do. That kind of rudeness and behavior she's just got to bail.
And the thing is he's demeaning her. It's
Totally in public.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
It's awful.
Get a dog. Get a
Take
German
care
Shepherd.
of both problems at once. Rub his ass down with
tape the kid
with a ribeye before he goes while he's asleep.
Tape the 11-year-old kid on his back with duct tape.
Lovely. Guys, the high spot of the show brought to you by our friends Mickey, Ray, Sinatra, and Courtney. Mickey, are you there in the audience this week? He was here last week. And their Get Blitzed.
Me and Mickey's got a booth at Comic-Con, at WrestleCon.
Oh, okay. Great.
Yeah, so we corresponded, and we're gonna have some get Blitzed that, and I'm gonna
specially formulated.
Well, and I'm gonna sign the key lime, so it's gonna be signature
edition. Well done.
Might cost a little bit extra, but it will be signature edition.
But you've got the autograph, Bubba. Mickey, you got to put up there as heard on Kliq This. What are we talking about, guys? If you don't know, we're talking about nano-infused Delta-9 THC sipping syrup, okay? Anyone that's tried it has put it over. This is potent stuff. We're talking THC on steroids. This is not the Delta-8 bullshit you get at the gas station. This is the real deal. THC, Delta-9, the THC you get from marijuana. And nano-infused means simply that it is a super fast onset, like between 5 and 15 minutes. You put like a teaspoon. Don't go crazy, guys. You got to do this responsibly. A teaspoon is all you need in your can of soda or your tea, whatever you want to put it in. All right. It bypasses the breakdown in the liver. It works like alcohol. It goes right into your system. So if you're in Maryland, you can visit a Stay Lit smoke shop. But for the rest of us, it's legal to ship from the Get Blitzed warehouse to all 50 states without a med card as long as you're over 21. And right now you can save 15% by entering the code KLIQ, K-L-I-Q, at checkout. Go to get-blitzed.com. That's get-blitzed.com. Try the Delta-9 THC Sip and Syrup Lit Aid from Get Blitzed. Go visit them at WrestleCon. Maybe they can sponsor our live show. And use the promo code KLIQ, K-L-I-Q. Save your 15%. Thank you, Mickey, Courtney, and company.
Yes.
All right, hashtag Ask Nash. That's how you get to Kevin. Get him to
eat the
biscuit
biscuit
and the honey sauce. Rocky Monroe. Have you heard of Steven Sanchez? He was very inspired by Elvis. I feel like you would like him. I guess this is a contemporary musician. Okay.
I know who he is.
Is Rocky correct in that that you might like him?
No, I mean, I know who he is. The thing is, I think a lot of people, he didn't have real good personal hygiene, and he picked up the nickname Dirty
I was going to say
Sanchez.
Dirty Sanchez. Nasty Sanchez? No, Dirty Sanchez.
Yeah, so he
right?
was
That's
Dirty
the-
Sanchez. Yeah, that's the anal sex, and then you give him the
A little mustache for the kids out there. Fernham Schnavitz. Oh, Kev, did you get
the
11-year-old?
11-year-old.
Did you get your checks? 'Cause-
Yeah, my wife says we got some check from some fucking I don't know who this is, and she handed it to me. I looked at it. I said, "Ah, fucking."
I addressed
Fer-
Kevin's return address on his envelope with Fernham Schnavitz. He asks, have you tried a Ruth's Chris Steakhouse? I thought it was very good. Never had a bad meal there.
When I had my quad repair, I stayed at an NBC suite in Birmingham, and I was there for like 4 months. I ate at Ruth Chris almost every night because it was. So one night I'd have salmon, one night I'd have filet, one night salmon, one night filet.
Yeah, my wife organized my surprise 50th birthday party at the private room at the local Ruth's Chris. So yes.
Do you want to see them fucking have a
Order
shit
a
fest?
smoking
Tell them
biscuit.
No, tell them not to fucking put butter on your fucking steak.
That's their gimmick, though. It has to come out sizzling.
I know, it fucks them up.
Just like at Hyde Park, I believe you had an issue with what was on top of the steak as well. Wasn't there butter?
I told them not to put those onions, all that shit. It's like, if you're paying fucking $70, $80 for a fucking steak, and they got to fucking put something on it, it's like,
I feel
what
like there
the
was
fuck,
a pad
man?
of butter, and you were like, "What is that?" And they're like, "Butter. Is it a problem, sir?" And you went, "Yes." They're like, "Okay, we'll take it." Nick Grant. Hey, Kev.
No, I said, you don't have to recook it. You just have to
Clean
rinse
it,
the
right.
fucking steak off.
Right, you were easy. Hey, Kev, I was wondering, do you still own any of the diesel leather vests you wore to the ring? And if so, who made those for you? Thanks.
They were all pleather. And that stuff has a shelf life of about 10 years, and it disintegrates.
So none of it remains. What about
So,
like the
no, I don't know.
pants, the fringe?
Same
all that?
thing.
Okay.
I gave some away. I sold a couple here and there, and then my wife, there was a huge bin in the storage room. She goes, "What are you gonna do with all this wrestling gear?" And I said, and the bin was kind of dirty and shit, so I just, next time I took the trash out, I put the fucking bin next to the trash,
Wow.
and I took care of that.
You know how many marks just drove off the road hearing this? That you put all what about the singlets? The Nash.
All gone.
ones,
I don't have any. I don't even. I couldn't work a match right now. I don't have boots. I don't have anything. I have nothing.
You know, WWE is going to contact you for that stuff for a museum someday or something.
No, they already fucking. They had that.
The show. Yeah.
That show, and I had a pair of Oz pants and an old pair of black boots. See, my boots are real short, but I don't like shooter boots like Austin's were. Like, I have short boots because when you wear pants, like, fuck, the last thing you need to do is lace
Right.
up to your knee.
How hot was it in
So I
those
wore them like high
goddamn
tops.
pleather pants?
They're fucking light.
Yeah, but I mean, you're perspiring all over already, and there's nowhere for it to go. It just.
I'm not a. I mean, I sweat, but I mean, I'm not a funky guy.
All right, live audience. What do we have? You're not beefing, is what you're saying. A live audience.
No.
Here with questions. If you'd like to be here too, you go to KliqThisTV.com, like Ryan from the gym did. Please analyze the controversy of the finish of the Lions at Dallas. I would love to hear your thoughts.
Well, besides the fact that both the offensive linemen that tried to come in and talk to the official,
Who seemed to
and,
scamper away, didn't he?
yeah, who seemed to run away.
What was the follow-up? Was there any Anything ever come of this? Did what the hell's the coach's name?
I guess today somebody took, like, one of the locals took a giant billboard, I think on I-94, I-94, 96, and it has the 11 and 5, and then it's marked out. It says 12 and 4.
Well, listen, if we undid all the bad calls in the history of football, all the results would be upside down. There it is.
Yeah, but that one was so fucking rotten. There it is. Fuck.
It's part of the game. Bad calls are part of the game, like rain, like snow, Kevin, as you know.
Yeah, but that was that. I mean, that was just I mean, there's bad calls, and there's just complete. Have you noticed that the NFL referees are getting younger? There's a lot. They're getting younger because they realize that the old days of having a bunch of lawyers and shit doing it. It's
Right.
like, nah.
Who else from the audience? What do we got? Ryan from the gym. How big is Batista's dick? There you go. That still lives on. Brandon Granger. What was the most breathtaking tourist site you visited during any of the foreign tours you were on?
There was an amazing brothel called the Penthouse in Sydney, Australia.
And what makes this amazing more so than any other brothel, perhaps?
Just, I actually went, but I didn't actually, like, I was just told about it from some of the other fellas. And I said, man, and I was out to eat, and it was right by where I was. So I walked in there, and they ring the bell, and the girls come out, and it looked like Bob Guccione. It looked like Penthouse Pets. I mean, every girl was amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. If Brandon, if you're ever down under, no pun intended.
And then I saw before I got into wrestling, I saw the pyramids, which I thought was pretty cool.
Indeed.
I've been everywhere.
What else we got here in the house? Heading out. Have you seen any of the Rusell Crowe Instagrams of him just traveling, scootering the globe, and just enjoying his life? Have you met or worked with him? Heard he was intense. Rusell Crowe.
Nope. I'm not.
Apparently, he's got some Instagram where he's traversing the globe. Dakota Calk. If you could tag any win the belts with any big man in the business, past or present, and have a dominant run with, who would it be? Would it be multiple answers are okay? Would it be Andre, Kane, Taker, Big Show, anyone? Thanks for being my favorite in WCW. So if you had to tag with a big man, who would you work well with?
Gee, let me think. Wow. How about Scott Hall?
Well, I think by big man, I think they mean someone who works big style, like you.
Kane's 2 inches taller than Scott.
Yeah, but in the ring, they put the lifts on. They built him as a big man.
No, I don't want to work with any big man because it's going to suck. You're going to have somebody out there.
How about
that
big
can
man
work.
to work against? I'll throw my question in.
How about I don't give a fuck?
Very good. I'm asking a basketball
about-
fan wrestling questions just because he happened to do it for
How
30
about somebody I had to play a 7th game against in the
Let's
paint?
talk Joe Dumars for a few minutes here. All right. Robert out of nowhere says Mount Rushmore of managers.
Sparky Anderson.
I think he means wrestling managers.
Oh.
Tarkanian, Bobby Knight.
Let's see.
Who was John Thompson?
I'm going to go Heenan.
Of course.
Corny, Heyman, Blassie.
Blassie, interesting. More so than Albano.
Yeah, because Lou, I always think of a worker too, though.
Right. Well, remember, the primary role was to be the mouthpiece. He was, God, you didn't even need anyone beside him, which maybe was a detriment. Maybe he took too much attention away from Baron Mikel Cicluna. Who's in the audience? Wrap us up here with some questions from the house. Brandon, do you recall Sheik's territory in Detroit when you were a kid? If so, any moments that stood out?
That's what we watched. I mean, that's what we got was big time wrestling. So I just remember Moose Chodolak. I remember I remember I remember the crew though, man. Yeah, I remember most of the guys. I remember when the Kangaroos came in for the first time, and you get to watch. Like that was the first guys you watch double drop kick somebody, and
right.
Which was spectacular for that era. But we had Bobo Brazil, Igor.
Yeah. Do you remember the film that was made about that territory? I Like to Hurt People. It was, I guess it was like
with
kind
Rusell
of a
Crowe?
work. No, well, you might remember the theme song "Taste the Biscuit" from the end credits. But I Like to Hurt People. It was like shot on 16mm film, and it was like, I guess it was a work kind of, but it was like about Sheik, and I'm gonna send you links. I'm gonna find it somewhere. When there's no basketball on, obviously. Who else in the house? Anyone else here? Steve, for God's sakes. Eddie P. Eddie P, are you new? Maybe you're new. Safe to say WCW didn't utilize Bobby Heenan's full potential. Was it ever brought up to bring him into the NWO? Seems like he would have been a good fit as a heel commentator.
I think when Bobby said, "Whose side is he on?" I think that was
the premature call.
I think that cemented it with the people that were involved in that that he probably wasn't going to be crossing over anytime soon.
That was a very un-Bobby moment, though. I have to say.
Yeah, well,
unforgettable, but very un-Bobby.
Oswald had a bad moment on the 6th story.
It tends to resonate though these days.
Yeah, it just had one boom.
Kliq This is a production of Butch and Sundance Media, produced in association with Podcast Heat, created by Tristan Nash, Kevin Nash, and Sean Oliver. I'm getting a little verklempt. Producer Steve Kaufman, graphics by Dominic D'Angelo.
I think it's we got that biscuit.
We tasted the biscuit off camera, and it is not good. A little
not
bad
good.
Biscuit for you. Title sequence audio edited by Wesley Burleson. Theme song by Dale Oliver. Technical research by Tristan Nash. Copyright 2024. Butch and Sundance Media. Kev, you want to do another one?
Yeah.
Put your
Mando.
Put your sandal.
Mando,
Put your sandalwood
Mando.
Mando on for next week.
Let us free to fade away into eternity. Circulate.